Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS, and Washington Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. What we're looking at today is a potential seismic shift in the NFC East, and it's all centered around one of the league's most disruptive pass rushers, Myles Garrett. Yes, you heard that right. The whispers coming from sources like Adam Schefter suggest that there's a serious possibility of Garrett leaving the Cleveland Browns, and the implications for the Commanders are huge. Right now, Cleveland, sitting at 310, is in full rebuild mode. They're trying to clear cap space, which, believe it or not, is about $12 million in December 2025, and looking for ways to reset their roster. Garrett, who's been a dominant force when healthy, could be the trade piece they use to bolster their future. But what's really interesting here is what this means for Washington. If this trade goes through, it could be a game-changer for the Commanders' defense, which has been struggling lately, allowing an average of 27 2-points per game. Adding a player of Garrett's caliber would be like injecting rocket fuel into an already talented but inconsistent unit. Imagine Garrett lining up across from the offensive line, causing chaos and forcing quarterbacks to throw early or get sacked. It's exactly what Washington needs to turn around their defense and start making some serious noise in the NFC. Let's talk about Garrett's recent performance, because this isn't just hype. In 2025, he's been absolutely on fire, tallying 39 solo tackles, 14 assists, 53 combined stops, and a jaw-dropping 20 sacks over 13 games. That's elite production, folks. His pass rush grade from PFF is a staggering 93. 6 with an overall grade of 92. 3 he's winning at a rate of 38. 5%, pressures reaching 83 in 2024, and he's been pretty much healthy all season long, avoiding the serious injuries that have hampered him in the past. If you look at his stats, it's easy to see why he's being compared to some of the all-time greats like Reggie White. Garrett's impact on a defense is undeniable, and with a win rate of over 38%, he's one of the most consistent and disruptive edge rushers out there. Now, why would Cleveland even consider trading him? Well, with a 3-10 record, they're facing some tough choices. They're giving up an average of 23, 2 points per game, and they're in desperate need of cap space to address their offensive line and find a future quarterback. The trade would free up over $25 million in cap hit, giving them some much-needed flexibility. Cleveland is also focusing on drafting young talent, especially on offense, and they're prioritizing building around their future. Garrett's elite performance, while impressive, is not enough to carry a team that's trying to rebuild from the ground up, especially with their offensive struggles, averaging just 17 2-points per game. It's clear they're in a phase of transition, and parting ways with Garrett might be the move to accelerate that rebuild. Now, imagine what this means for Washington. Garrett would become the anchor of a defense that's been too soft for too long. With him on the field, the Commanders could see a boost of over 30% in pressure rate, which would translate into about 15 more sacks on the season. That's a game changer. Opposing offenses would be forced to adjust, and the pressure Garrett would bring would likely cut down the yards allowed per game from an average of 354 down to around 280. That's a significant drop, and it would immediately make Washington's defense one of the most feared units in the league. Pairing Garrett with Jonathan Allen, who's already a force against the run with an 81.6 run-stop percentage, could create a nightmare for NFC East quarterbacks. And let's not forget, forcing turnovers is crucial, and a stronger pass rush often leads to more forced fumbles and picks. Washington could see a bump of around 12 additional turnovers, which could be the difference in close games. Speaking of close games, that's where Garrett really shines. His clutch performance in tight situations, combined with his ability to generate pressure without needing help, makes him a prime candidate for elevating the Commanders' chances in critical moments. His impact metrics are off the charts, with a projected overall grade of over 90, and his EPA per snap, which measures how much he influences the game, is at 11. That's a game-winner kind of number. And if you look at the bigger picture, this isn't just about improving the defense for the sake of it. It's about turning Washington into a legitimate contender. The odds to reach the Super Bowl LX would skyrocket, dropping from plus 5,000 to plus 1,500 with Garrett in the fold, according to betting markets. That's a massive shift, and it's not just talk. It's about positioning the Commanders as serious playoff contenders, with a shot at making deep runs, especially if Garrett can replicate his 2025 production. And then there's the playoff picture. With Garrett, the Commanders could go from a 3-10 record projected for this season to something much more competitive, around 9-8, maybe even better, depending on how the offense shapes up. That's a huge leap. His presence would elevate the entire front seven, allowing Jonathan Allen and others to focus more on run stopping and less on double teams, freeing them up to be even more disruptive. The pressure boost Garrett provides in the red zone would be critical, especially against division rivals like the Eagles, where every sack and forced turnover counts. His ability to neutralize mobile quarterbacks and provide clutch pressure in critical moments would make Washington's defense a true nightmare for opposing offenses. So what's the final word? Well, this trade could be the catalyst that elevates the Commanders from a team with potential to a true playoff and Super Bowl contender. Garrett's talent, combined with Washington's strategic rebuilding, could write a new chapter in the franchise's history. It's a bold move, but if Cleveland is serious about their rebuild and cap management, this could happen. For fans, it's an exciting prospect, a chance to see one of the league's most dominant pass rushers donning the burgundy and gold, and transforming the defense into an elite unit that strikes fear into everyone in the NFC. Garrett as a Commander. It's the kind of move that could define a new era for Washington, and I, for one, can't wait to see how it unfolds. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Washington Commanders news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster trade? Would you love to see Garrett in burgundy and gold? Do you think he's the missing piece to finally push us into serious Super Bowl contention? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because your opinion really matters to us and to the future of this franchise. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for all the latest Washington Commanders news. This is a pivotal moment for the team, and whatever happens, it's going to be incredible to watch how it all unfolds.